Hi, this is Christine Farley, and today I want to talk to you about having a routine, not a schedule. And this applies to our current times. It also applies to whether you're homeschooling children or not. And so this is one of the key tools that I think will bless just about everybody's life. Now, some of us do really well with routines. In fact, I would say almost everybody does. But many of us have a hard time sticking to a schedule, myself included. And so if I had to do certain things at, say, 9 o'clock and 9:30 and 10 and that kind of thing, I would kind of shut down on that. But having a routine can save us from being shut down. So what does a routine look like? So I would suggest that you decide to have a plan and take some time to plan. And that would be including with yourself and with those that you live with. And with your children if you're homeschooling and they're home from school. Or even if they're not and they're back in school and things are more normal. So here we go. You sit down, you create a plan, and you decide what goes in what sequence, and maybe who's even going to participate in some of those things. Not maybe everybody doesn't. Having this routine is something that you can post on the refrigerator or on the wall, and it gives everybody a reference point of what's going to happen next. Now, when we live in uncertain times, it is very not just validating, but it feels safe to know what is going to happen next and how that is going to work. So I would encourage you to get your plan, your routine, written down and put on a wall or posted, or even if it's just you, put in a calendar or some sort of something that you can refer back to on a daily basis. This kind of a chart, for lack of a better word, like I said, can bring you satisfaction. It can help you to feel safe. It can help you to stay on track. It can help you to get up and get dressed in the morning when you don't necessarily have scheduled time frames of things or appointments that you have to leave and go to and do. I also want to bring out the point when we're talking about a routine is to give yourself and your family members grace. In these times, we have a tendency to either shut down or get intense. And by giving yourself grace, taking some deep breaths, and just going, all right, is this going to matter in 5 years from now? Ask yourself that question when you start to get uptight. If you think it is, then that is something that obviously you should pursue. But if it's really not, just kind of breathe through it. Maybe even have a silent prayer and ask God to help you relax and just go with the flow a little bit. I know it is hard when things are uncertain, but you can. And there are lots of scriptures and support for grace. So give yourself some grace. Give yourself a little bit of peace in finding it. The one thing that really makes this work when you are having children at home, and I had 7 children in which I homeschooled, and that is having a set time that's quiet time, nap time, whatever you want to call it. And maybe not having a set time, but knowing that that is in the routine. For us, it was right after lunchtime most of the time. And that was usually about an hour. Now, some of the little ones would go down for naps, but I needed a break. And quite frankly, so did everybody else in the family. And so during this quiet time, I would encourage you, number 1, do not do housework. This is your golden time. Now, and we'll talk about housework and that kind of thing in another video, but we as women need to replenish and build ourselves up. We have a tendency to give and help and support and nurture all day long. But take some time for yourself that you can read a book or do some yoga or go for a walk and do the things that are going to feed your soul. Because then you will come out of that time super duper refreshed. You will have more peace, more stamina, and you'll be able to work with the routine until it's bedtime. So those are my tips for a routine and not a schedule. I hope this helps, and God bless you.